How hard was it being a teen mom?
It was difficult because I was still in high school. I had to learn to manage my time with my schoolwork, being able to be a mother, and trying to continue to still have a social life.
How was your support system during the pregnancy and after it?
During the pregnancy, it was really hard. My support system wasn't as great as far as my family was concerned. I had four best friends who were very supportive and were there for me from the start to the finish. After the pregnancy, it became a little better because the baby was around, and babies tend to bring happiness to people.
If you could change having a baby at that age, would you?
I don't regret my child or my children. I don't regret it at all, but I definitely would have liked to maybe wait and better prepare myself financially, mentally, and physically for having brought a child.
What
into
is your
this world.
advice to teens who are sexually active and don't use protection?
If you're sexually active, you're already having sex. I would just advise you to be mindful about it. Think of the consequences that can come. Being a parent or sexually transmitted diseases. Definitely use protection. Put yourself first. There are other things that can happen, and you want to be prepared for everything.
How hard was it being a teen parent?
Being a teen parent was extremely difficult and a very, very confusing time.
What was your support system like during the pregnancy and after the pregnancy?
Well, both times I had a very good support system. I was very fortunate in that manner.
If you could change having a baby at that age, would you?
In retrospect, yes, I would. I would definitely change things.
What was the biggest struggle of being a teen parent?
Biggest struggle was the unpreparedness. Just having your life flipped upside down and it no longer being about you.
What did you learn overall from this experience?
Overall, that teen parenting is the most extreme case of growing up in responsibility, for lack of a better word, trial by fire. You get thrown into it. There's no planning. There's no way to plan for it. You're just completely unprepared. It's scary, and you have to roll the punches and do the best you can.
What is your advice to teens who are sexually active and don't use protection?
Best advice I can give you coming from my perspective is be very, very cautious of the choices you make, because the consequences could be not necessarily severe, but if you end up in that situation, it's a no way out. Your life, like I mentioned earlier, your life flips completely upside down. It's no longer about you, and everything that you've ever thought that you wanted to do, there's a hindrance now. There's a life that's in your hands, and you can't run away from that responsibility.